Let's start in the lightweight division. A proud member of Team Alpha Male, Danny Castillo is looking to run over Shamar Bailey and up his status in the very deep lightweight division. With Danny Castillo and Shamar Bailey both possessing wrestling backgrounds, a willingness to stand and trade, and the chin to back it up, the meeting between these two lightweights has all the makings of a fight to remember. And both are aware of how important it is to get the win tonight. Winner of 3 of his last 4, Sacramento's Castillo wants to get back to the form he showed in his win over Joe Stevenson, while the Ultimate Fighter Season 13's Bailey wants to deliver another crowd-pleasing battle like the one he had with Evan Dunham. Only this time, the Indiana native wants to be the one leaving with his hand raised. Our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. Danny Castillo, 3 years older than Shamar Bailey, who will have a 4-inch reach advantage. And here is Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Jason McCoy.
Jason McCoy, our referee for this lightweight fight. Bailey and Castillo. And here we go. Shamar Bailey, the southpaw, in the white trunks. Black trunks for Danny Castillo.
And Danny Castillo, despite being an excellent wrestler, you got to think that he's probably going to, and right away he goes for the takedown. If there's anything that we saw in Shamar Bailey's last fight is that what he needs improvement on is his striking. We also saw that on him in the house. Getting better, absolutely, but comes from that great grappling background. You know, and Danny Castillo did a real good job of capitalizing here and getting Shamar Bailey in a very rare position, seeing him on his back. And look how quickly Shamar Bailey springs right back up to his feet.
He is very good with his core wrestling. That is definitely the foundation of Shamar Bailey. Castillo still working on a leg. Castillo, the more diverse striker.
Yeah, Castillo certainly has much more experience. Look at that.
But another takedown.
It's a scramble here, and Shamar again up to his feet. But Castillo has his hands connected, and yep, he's going for a ride again.
Bailey did a nice job of taking some of the momentum off of that slam from Danny Castillo, but still, that's 3 for 3 in takedowns, Joe.
Yeah, he certainly did a good job of avoiding the big power slam, though. And Shamar is working his guard here. Look at this. Excellent guard by Shamar.
Well, working with guys like Chris Lytle, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt for many years.
You know, it's interesting. Everybody says that, and it's been quoted by us, but Chris Lytle is not a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's actually not ranked at all. I would say if I was his instructor, I'd give him a black belt.
You'd give it to him right away, right?
He's a black belt. I mean, he's black belt level. No question about it. But officially, he has not been ranked. And, you know, it's that way with a lot of MMA fighters. There's a lot of really good submission guys that have never actually been officially ranked. Matt Hughes, another excellent example. Matt Hughes is unquestionably a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but he's not ranked.
That's funny. Because Chris Lytle, and you and I have talked about it, we've always said how great his submission game is.
Outstanding. I mean, look, his last fight, his final retirement fight against Dan Hardy, he caught Dan in a brilliant guillotine. His technique is pinpoint. It's beautiful, but he's not ranked. And I've made the same mistake and called him a black belt, but according to him, not ranked. I know I've read it places that he is, but I'll take it from the man himself.
There you go.
And good luck to him in running for state senate.
He is
we need an honest
act,
politician like that gentleman.
Yeah, he is a class act.
I have a Chris Lytle for Senate t-shirt at home, and I wear it proudly.
Right now, Castillo, though, doing a nice job in top position.
The underhook by Shamar Bailey is huge, and that's why Castillo fought right there to pummel under and take that underhook away from him. The underhook on the same side as the half guard is how they stand up. And Shamar right now has a body lock, and he's just trying to keep Danny Castillo from raining down shots on him, just trying to control that posture. And if you see him pummel under with his left arm, Mike, there he goes. Now he's got the underhook, and that's what he's going to try to use to stand up. But look how quickly Danny Castillo's aware of that, and Danny repummels and gets his own underhook, and now Danny has decided he's going to try to pass here.
And he's got some time. Still over 90 seconds on the clock here in round 1.
Well, like many wrestlers, Shamar Bailey is not the most comfortable on his back. You know, it's just not a normal position for him. He's got the underhook now. Let's see if he can stand up. Boom, immediately. Look how quickly Danny Castillo takes that underhook away from him, Mike. That's a very, very big point in this ground game, and it's the reason why Shamar has not been able to stand back up.
Trying to put that left knee on the stomach, on the chest too, to get control. Now Castillo's starting to posture up a bit here, Joe.
Shamar could try for a arm triangle from the bottom here if he knows it. He doesn't go for it. But Danny Castillo leaves his left arm on the side of Shamar's neck, and Shamar could take that if he wants to try for it. And if he doesn't take it, he might be able to use it just to sweep. And right now, Danny Castillo doing some excellent ground and pound here.
And it's all come since he's been able to posture up.
Yeah, and make sure that he keeps Shamar Bailey from being able to get that underhook. He's doing a great job of controlling position. What a brilliant pass right into mount. Excellent job. Danny Castillo looks fantastic tonight.
30 seconds. He's got time to try to finish it from the mount.
Shamar, nice hip escape right into half guard. Really brilliant job there by Shamar. What he did was he created some space by holding on, hip escaped, got into half guard.
Back,
but Danny Castillo is constantly
He's trying to finish it in the final seconds. And it is all over! Danny Castillo!
Big win for Danny Castillo.
With his second UFC win. Referee Jason McCoy stepped in and stopped the fight.
Yeah, you know what, Mike? I think he got hurt by one of those shots, and, he was trying to recover, trying to cover up, but Danny Castillo did an excellent job of seizing the moment. Let's take a look at this just over and over again. Danny Castillo kept hitting these takedowns, just really look as good as we've ever seen him. And here again, over and over again. And against a guy like Shamar Bailey, that is a huge accomplishment. And look how he got the mount here. Very nice. And once he got this position, just started dropping some bombs. Really opened up, and Shamar pulled himself to a half guard position, but Castillo constantly attacking over and over again, landed these shots. Might have been a bit premature in the stoppage, but amazing job by Danny Castillo.
Danny Castillo finishes Shamar Bailey late in round one with the official decision. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jason McCoy has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 52 seconds of the very first round. To the winner by TKO, Danny Lascal Castillo.
Castillo with the win, and he will visit with Joe.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Danny Castillo. Danny, that is about as good as we've ever seen you tonight. Really, the best performance so far from you in the octagon. Really, picture perfect. You did everything you wanted to do tonight.
Thanks.
Let's take a look at some of your takedowns and your ground and pound here. Were you surprised at how easy you were able to take Shamar down? Shamar really is an excellent wrestler.
Not better than me.
Not better than you. Oh, you're very confident tonight. Well, let's take a look at the end of the fight here. You mounted him, you got off some great ground and pound, and in the end just started swarming him and got the finish. What were you thinking here? You knew he was hurt.
I got a great corner, Justin Buckles, Master Tong, Fabio. I felt really disrespected at the weigh-in. You're supposed to be a professional. Don't come in 2 pounds overweight and then tell me you can't lose any more weight.
Well, listen, you made a big statement here tonight, Danny. Congratulations on an excellent performance. Can't wait to see you again. Danny Castillo, ladies and gentlemen.
Danny Castillo talking about Shamar Bailey coming in at 158, and I guess he was a bit angry, and a great performance turned in by Danny Castillo. Coming off the best performance of his UFC career, Seth Baczynski wants to ride his newfound momentum by taking out Matt Brown and leaving San Jose with another UFC victory. It's hard to describe the intensity welterweights Seth Baczynski and Matt Brown bring to the octagon on fight night. But you'll know it the moment you see it. So you can expect that these fighters will leave no stone unturned in their quest for victory tonight. Returning to the UFC after posting 2 wins outside the organization, Baczynski was on top of his game in submitting Clay Harvison. But he'll have to dig even deeper to get past 170-pound veteran Brown, who showed a new level of discipline in snapping a 3-fight losing streak with a win over John Howard. Now it's time for him to start building a winning streak. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight matchup. Pawzinski is 30, as is Brown. There you see Joe talked about how big Seth is. He is 3 inches taller, but the reach goes to Matt Brown. Here's Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Stell.
Dan Stell, our referee, for this welterweight matchup. Matt Brown and Seth Pawzinski.
You ready? You ready? Let's fight.
Here we go. Red and white trunks for Matt Brown. Black trunks for Seth Pawzinski. Very similar skill set possessed by both of these fighters. Brown gets clipped with a right hand.
Good right hand by Pawzinski right off the bat.
And he's pushing forward still. And that's what looked very sharp in his win over Clay Harvison, was the striking of Seth Pawzinski. 3-fight win streak overall.
Yeah, the striking, his conditioning. He just he clearly, as we said before, is taking it to another level.
Trying to work Brown up against the fence.
Nice knee by Brown. I like what Brown did. Defend with the left knee and then quickly put it down and shove it with the right knee.
Matt Brown known for his intensity. Trying to control the head of Pawzinski with that left hand.
Right hand high. Right hand high.
Another nice knee by Brown.
Right hand high.
Brown's
And
getting
again.
he's getting some good damage in there, Mike.
Nice elbow. And the knee,
Again with
the answer.
knee. He's hitting the same spot over and over again, too. It might not seem like much, but that's going to take a lot of the gas tank of Seth Pawzinski if he keeps landing it.
He's just using that little bit of space he
Yep.
has to drive the knee to the midsection. He's
Brilliantly. Good head
bobbing and
movement.
weaving.
Excellent head movement. You know, he's so aware in there, Mike.
Reach your elbows. Reach your elbows.
And he's got a body lock on Pawzinski here. Looks like he's got, nope, not double underhooks anymore. Pawzinski pummels under with his right.
Brown has only been the distance 3 times in his career. Pawzinski in his 14 wins has finished every one of those fights.
Another nice right, a nice right knee landed by Matt Brown, but Pawzinski's all over him here.
Really looking for the takedown now.
And he gets it. Nice. It's got to help Pawzinski working with guys like Aaron Simpson and Ryan Bader. Watch the guard of Matt Brown, though. Pawzinski has to really be on his posture. Really has to mind the arms. Make sure that he doesn't leave any limb extended, because Matt Brown will snatch them up quick.
Matt Brown from Cincinnati is trained with Rich Franklin, the former champion, on multiple occasions. Went and trained with Matt Hume for a couple of fights in Seattle, but as I mentioned, stayed in Cincinnati with his family in preparation for tonight's fight.
What a
Nicely
nice
done.
Sweep. What a nice sweep. That's just picture-perfect timing by Matt Brown. Pawzinski looking for that up kick here. He's making Matt Brown think about it, and he's going to get back up to his feet because of that. Good job by Pawzinski. Just made Matt Brown real uncomfortable with those legs.
Pushing forward is Brown with the head kick. Both men swinging early. Nice combination.
Oh, good left
body
hand by
shot.
Pawzinski, too. Brown looking for that guillotine, but he does not have the right hand in deep enough, and Pawzinski, good awareness, gets the head to the chest.
See if he looks to take him down again from this position. Under 90 seconds on the clock here in round 1.
Again, I like how he does that. Matt Brown really sneaks that right knee in very quickly. Again, he does it. You know, there's no telegraphing that knee at all, which is one of the reasons why he gets it in so cleanly.
Minute to go, Matt. You don't want to finish it.
And he lands with the left as well. There's the right one again. Seth Pawzinski has absorbed a lot of knees so far to the breadbasket.
And Brown had a nice Muay Thai plum on the neck of Pawzinski a moment ago. Now he lost it. And a good knee by Pawzinski.
It sounded like it hit the cup there.
And you heard the ref talk about it, Dan Stell, Joe. 30 seconds on the clock here. The knee by Brown again. Both men trying to do damage in this clinch. Brown pushes forward. 10 seconds.
Brzezinski grabs the guillotine.
Final seconds of the round.
His head's caught in there. At the very least, this looks good for the judges.
Especially late in the round.
Yeah, he closed strongly.
Good back and forth battle in the first 5 minutes.
Mouthpiece. Nice round. Sit down.
This guy is confident that you've never seen before. All right? We're being
Look at
lazy
me.
on that cage.
Deep breath. Good. Listen, when you're on the cage, you don't rest until you have him on the cage, okay? When your back's against the cage, you need to work. When you're out in the middle, you need to be first. Don't wait on him, all right? When you're first and you're in...
Mouthpiece, stay there.
Season 11 competitor on The Ultimate
Ready?
Fighter, Brzezinski.
Ready? Let's fight. Let's go.
That was a season of middleweights on The Ultimate Fighter.
What year was Brown on?
Brown was on season 7 with Team Forrest and immediately dropped to 170 after competing at 185 on season 7 of The Ultimate Fighter.
Matt Brown's got the takedown, but Brzezinski's got an arm-in guillotine choke. He switches from an arm-in to no arm. He's got his hands locked together, Mike. This is a tight guillotine here.
Can he finish it?
It looks good. It looks
Trying
good.
to choke him out.
Oh, man. Matt Brown's struggling. He gets his head out. Almost. Almost.
Brzezinski trying to finish it right
that
here.
looks so tight. What a battle this is. Oh,
It is all over.
He got it.
Spectacular submission finish for Seth Brzezinski.
Very, very nicely done by Seth Brzezinski.
Brown worked so hard to get out of it.
Yeah, he literally hung in there as long as he possibly could, but Brzezinski just was not Brzezinski.
That's 4 straight wins for Seth Brzezinski. That is his 2nd straight win inside the octagon. Winner by submission as he chokes out Matt Brown. And with the official decision, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Stells called a stop to this contest at 42 seconds of the 2nd round, declaring the winner by tap out due to a guillotine choke, Seth Polish Pistola Brzezinski.
All right, the winner, Seth Brzezinski, who's on a roll. Congratulations, a very nice win here over a real veteran in Matt Brown by guillotine. You got to be happy with this tonight.
Yeah, man, he's a super gnarly dude. And I knew I had a fight in on my hands. I'm surprised it got out that early. I was expecting to be real bloody and look like dog crap at my after party.
Well, you caught him with this guillotine, and what a battle it was. It took a long time to lock it up. You switched from arm in to no arm. He fought it for a good solid 15, 20 seconds, but you finally sunk it in, and eventually he had to tap. What were you thinking here while you were squeezing? Did you think he was going to get out?
I knew I gave him a chance if I let go too much. My jiu-jitsu coach, Ande Makarabat Power, is always like, man, you're too impatient. You just go submission, submission, submission. He's like, if I get you stuck in something, I'm going to take it home. So I was just trying to be patient in that situation.
Well, congratulations on a big win. 2 in a row in the UFC. Can't wait to see you again. Seth Brzezinski, ladies and gentlemen.
10th career win by submission, 15 wins overall. He has finished each one of his victories, including tonight. To match the intensity of Miguel Angel Torres, Nick Pace will need to bring it all to the octagon tonight, and the New Yorker realizes that a victory over the former champion will be a huge moment. A longtime member of the pound-for-pound list, former WEC bantamweight champion Miguel Angel Torres wants to make an example out of Staten Island, New York's Nick Pace as he makes his way back to the top. One of the most seasoned veterans in the sport, Torres feels that at 30, he hasn't even reached his peak yet. And wins over Charlie Valencia and Antonio Banuelos prove it. But to be the man, you've got to beat the man. And the versatile Pace has shown in his 2 UFC bouts against Will Campazano and Ivan Menjivar that he's got what it takes to hold his own against the best 135-pounders on the planet. Our tale of the tape for this bantamweight bout, the former champion, 30 years old, 6 years the elder of Pace, 3 inches taller. There you see Pace, 141, and giving away a ton of reach. Here is Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Josh Rosenthal.
The veteran Josh Rosenthal, our referee for this bantamweight matchup. Miguel Angel Torres against Nick Pace.
Ready? Let's fight.
And here we go.
And as we said before, a monster experience advantage for Miguel Torres.
To go along with an 8-inch reach advantage.
But for a young fighter like Nick Pace, this is just one of those opportunities that, it's an amazing moment for him to find out where he stands against one of the very best in the world.
And an important moment for Miguel Torres as he tries to regain that karma that he had when he really was as good as anyone in mixed martial arts for nearly 6 years.
It's so difficult for a fighter to think of themselves as almost invulnerable and then find out they're very, very vulnerable and then regroup and find out where you're at.
And it was Brian Bowles who caught him. And that's what Torres wants to get right back into, is the title talk.
Miguel Torres so far is fighting cautiously. He doesn't want to lose to Nick Pace, doesn't want to give him an opportunity to capitalize on, so he's fighting very conservatively in the opening moments.
You know, you could say fighting disciplined, cautiously, intelligently, and they're all somewhat the same, but they're all a little different too.
Yeah.
And there was an interesting comment that somebody made about Miguel Torres, Joey. They said, you don't want, if you're Miguel, because he had so much success, you don't want to become almost over-civilized in the way that you attack your opponents.
Yeah, it's a good point, finding that balance.
Yes. Good right hand by the former champion.
But, you know, every time he opens up, you know, the memories that Brian Bowles' right hand are etched in his mind.
I mean, we even talk about it with John Jones, the light heavyweight champion, as unorthodox as he is, and successful. When you're unorthodox, it leaves an opening, it leaves a counter.
Yes, it does. Nobody's been able to capitalize yet.
Exactly.
But it does leave the openings.
Pace right now trying to find his spot.
Nice right
his
hand
range.
by Miguel.
Lot of movement, a lot of good footwork so far by Miguel Torres.
Yeah, you know, Firas Zahabi has really essentially rebuilt Miguel's style. You know, he talked to Miguel about the things that he does wrong. Nice knee by Pace. And another nice knee. Pace drops down, but Miguel defends. Interesting, I would not think that Pace would want to be on the ground with Miguel. Miguel's ground game is really one of his best weapons.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt under the late, great Carlson Gracie, Miguel Angel Torres.
Good takedown defense so far by him. He is trying to keep Nick Pace from connecting his hands together. You get the leverage to take him down. And in the process, he's looking for all sorts of different things. He tried out a Kimura there for a second. He's looked at a guillotine. Now Nick has switched to a single. He's got a high crotch here. Let's see if he can pull him away from the cage.
Nick Pace's background is traditional karate, yet he has continued to develop as a mixed martial artist over the last few years, training in Brooklyn and Staten Island.
Yeah, Tiger Schulman's is where he trains at. It's really interesting. It's one of the few chains that actually has a very successful mixed martial arts team.
Yes.
You know, a lot of in chains, you know, you usually feel like you're getting watered down martial arts, but that is not the case with the Tiger Schulman team. They've done very well in both amateur and professional mixed martial arts.
1 minute on the clock here in round one.
And that's a difficult thing to pull off for a martial arts team, for a martial arts franchise. to be there. Now Miguel locked up the guillotine, or excuse me, the Kimura attempt, Mike. He's got a good hold of that arm. He spun him around. Good job by Nick Pace. Rolled with it, got right back out of it, up to his feet again in less than 2 seconds. That was brilliant.
About 30 seconds left on the clock here in round 1 now.
Torres looks for a trip, and Pace connects in the clinch.
Pace is absolutely standing toe-to-toe and keeping pace with Torres here. Nice combination by Miguel here in the first round. 15 seconds.
Oh!
Big right hand.
That was Tommy Hearn style right there.
And that's that huge reach advantage as well. Swing and a miss. Aggressive finish by Miguel Torres here in round 1.
Great first round. And let's take a look at some long straight right hand by the former champion.
It's okay, it's good.
Yeah.
So do the front kick to the body. Front kick to the body. He's tired already. Yeah, he's tired already. So keep doing that. And I don't see you making the high kick, the left high kick. You did it so good in the dressing room. You caught him. It's fast. I told you, use it.
Don't throw the overhand right. You don't need to. Throw it shorter. If you're going to throw it.
Punch, and boom, quick shot. Take him down if you want to do that, right? Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
That's good.
The beautiful Ariani set for the start of round number 2. HP Pavilion, San Jose, California. Pace and Torres.
Fight.
Here we go. Look for the kick, and there it is. The corner of Torres said, we haven't seen that left head kick, and he went to it early. And they said, don't worry about the big overhand right. See if he tries to set up that switch kick again on the left side. Saw the shots of Torres warming up in the locker room. He's got a very, very good left hook as well.
Good left hook, good long jab.
Yep.
Real good solid boxing. Good front kick there.
Trying to mix it up a little bit more here in the start of the second round.
And Nick Pace it looks to me like he's looking for an opening. Just kind of laying back, hasn't attacked yet.
So tough when you give away that much reach. Especially when a guy like Miguel Torres is doing tonight. He's making sure his distance is perfect. He's keeping pace just on the outside.
Yeah, he's fighting tall.
Yes.
Fighting tall and long. And, you know, look how he throws that kick and slides right back. Just missed with that head kick. He's doing a great job of doing that, Mike, not being there for the counters. And you hear Faraz Zahabi calling out to Miguel that he wants the right hand, meaning Nick Pace is looking to land that right hand on him, and he just wants Miguel to be aware of it. His Pace is cocking it, and there he goes.
Nicely done.
Nice takedown. But watch the guard of Miguel Torres.
It's outstanding.
It's very, very good guard.
23 career wins by submission.
And right now, he has to be careful, Nick Pace does, of his left arm. When he puts his left arm down on the ground like that, with Miguel Torres' right leg free, see how it's free and up on his back? If Miguel wants to, he can attack that arm. Some guys have a particular side that they choose to attack from the guard, and it looks to me like what Miguel's trying to do is get his left leg free and move into a full guard position, which will give him some more opportunities to attack. But every time you see the arms pinned to the mat, now you see with both Pace's right arm and left arm, those arms are in jeopardy. That is not where he wants to be right now.
And Miguel Torres has been the more active fighter from this position. A lot of strikes from his back.
Yeah, Miguel still has not been able to get his left leg free. But if he gets his left leg free, look for him to attack immediately with either one of those arms that he can lock up, left or right. See how Pace has his left arm tucked underneath the waist? That defends it a little bit, keeps it underneath Miguel, keeps Miguel from being able to pull it up, but it doesn't defend against shoulder attacks. Now Nick has moved into side control, and Torres hip escapes.
Trying to work his way back up.
And let's see if he can take pace down here. Pace hanging onto the neck of Miguel. So far, just holding a front headlock here, not a submission attempt.
More of just control of his opponent. And Miguel gets out of that. So under 90 seconds on the clock here in the second.
Beautiful knee to the body by Miguel. Nice short punches too. You really hear the impact of those.
Yeah, staying very active from this position. Trying to punish Pace with just over a minute on the clock here in the second. And I like how he turns that knee over. You see the extra torque in the hip, and again from the left side he did it there.
He's doing a great job, Mike, and he's constantly working here. Pace has got to really pick up the pace if he wants to win any kind of a decision here, because Miguel's work rate is much higher than him right now.
And it was even so when Miguel Torres was on his back and Pace was on top.
Pace is holding on again to that head. And this time it looks like he's trying to sink a choke in, Mike. It looks like he's trying to, he doesn't have the hand under the arm though. Miguel Torres is a difficult man to submit. You know, coming from that Carlson Gracie school of jiu-jitsu, being a black belt under the great master Carlson Gracie, you know, that's a man with real ground skills. And he recognized Pace's attempt and cut it off at the
nice knee.
Good
Very
job
active.
here. Yeah, good job here up against the cage by Miguel Torres. He's really doing a fantastic job of softening up Nick Pace. These knees are great.
Another good round for Miguel Torres.
That was the best round so far for him.
Sit down, Miguel. Sit down. Breathe. Catch your breath. Bring your air. Breathe there. Big air. Breathe. Let's catch your air. Nice work. Nice work, Miguel. Breathe. That's it. Breathe. Good work, Miguel. Listen, when he takes you down, if he takes you down again, unlock his head off your stomach before you do anything. Because he's just holding to waste the time and hold you there. Close your guard before you get up. You know, if you feel like he's almost passed, regain guard and then try to get up. Don't try to get up when he's almost passed. You did a good job there. You turned that around. He's starting to break. This round, you have to put lots of it.
Come on. You have it. You have it. Let it go. Let it go, baby. Let it go. 5 minutes. Come on.
The lovely Shondella Ariani, HP Pavilion, San Jose, California, round 3. Bantamweight fight. Miguel Torres, Nick Pace.
Real sense of urgency in the corner of Nick Pace. They really want him to let it go and connect somehow to Miguel, but Miguel's really found his range in that second round, Mike, and doing such a good job of striking and then sliding out of the range of the counterattacks.
And watch Miguel to try to set up that switch kick. Go high left again. He just went to the body a second ago.
He's throwing a lot of feints too. He's really making Pace think.
Right hand. Pace has got to get in and try to dictate where this fight takes place. And it's so difficult to do because of the movement and because of the reach, and as active as Miguel Torres has been in this fight.
Pace is really winging these punches, Mike.
A little bit of desperation after 2 very good rounds turned in by the former longtime champion. To the body. Nice slip. Good knee though by Nick Pace. 3.5. Torres to the leg. Torres 38 wins at the age of 30 in his mixed martial arts career. Pace missed with his own kick. And there's the knee to the body.
And look how Miguel Torres is utilizing his head as well, Mike.
Good head fighting.
Yeah, good job of keeping it speared into the face of Nick Pace and then shoving those elbows and knees in there as well. His foot stomps, going old school.
Well, the old adage in sports, Joe, you control the head, you control the entire balance of your opponent. And that's what Miguel's trying to do. He's trying to keep Nick off balance by utilizing the head fighting.
Yeah, when he shoves his head into the neck and face of Nick Pace like that, it really makes Nick think of that primarily.
Right.
And while he's doing that, Miguel's hitting him with shoulders here, knees, everything.
2 minutes.
Nick Pace has got to do something different to close that distance, Mike, and I would suggest kicks. I would say that, you know, he really is having a hard time reaching him with the reach disadvantage he has.
He really hasn't gotten inside at all, has he?
Not really. I mean, he has when he's attempted takedowns.
Yep. And that was off the counter.
Yeah. But Miguel has not let him, you know. It's not like he hasn't wanted to. Miguel's just got real good footwork in this fight, and he's utilizing, he's doing a good job of utilizing feints and forcing Nick to think and keeping that stiff jab in his face.
Pace pushes him against the fence.
Now Pace has got to really take advantage of every opportunity like this. With just a little over a minute to go, he's got to make something happen.
Yeah, the clock quickly becoming his enemy with a minute now remaining in this fight.
Nice knees. He really turns those over nicely.
Miguel Torres continuing his journey, and it is a journey towards becoming one of the best in the world and a true contender for the bantamweight belt. Really talked about how much he and Firas Zahabi would sit up late and not just talk fighting, but life and philosophy and, you know, what really motivates him to be the best. Under 30 now. Pace has got to try to swing and swing hard. Ten seconds. Very solid performance by Miguel Torres. Branched out with his training the month he spent in South Florida with the Black Zillions. Finished up his camp in Montreal with Firas Zahabi. And he awaits the judge's decision. The former champion in the bantamweight division of the WEC, Miguel Angel Torres. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Miguel Angel Torres.
Unanimous decision victory for Miguel Torres.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Miguel Torres. First of all, Miguel, congratulations on another victory. Now, it's kind of a tricky fight for you. You're a former champion taking on a kid who only had 2 UFC fights. Do you have specific things you try to work on when you fight a guy like this?
You know, 100%. You know, a guy like Nick Pace is real dangerous. He has nothing to lose, so he's going to come out to try to knock me out, so I got to be careful of my approach. But like I said, he's real durable. I was hitting him with some good shots, but, you know, I know he was waiting for that right hand, so I got to be smart.
Now, you are on a mission to get back the title at 135 pounds. You are obviously making some great progress along the way. How close do you think you are to getting back to your former glory?
That's on Dana White, you know. I've trained real hard. I'm with Faraz Hobby and TriStar Gym, my gym in Torres Martial Arts in Chicago. Now I'm training with Tyrone Spong and Mike Van Arsdale with the Black Zillions. I have a lot of strong people behind me, everybody back home, and all my training partners. Thank you guys very much.
Congratulations on another victory, sir. Miguel Torres, ladies and gentlemen.
Miguel Torres with his second win inside the octagon. He defeats Nick Pace by unanimous decision. Despite garnering international acclaim for their ground games, Brazilians Rafael dos Anjos and Gleison Tibau may have made their biggest impression in the octagon with their fists. Winner of 2 in a row, the heavy-handed Tibau owns a knockout win of Carl Uno that made all opponents tentative when it came to the stand-up game. And despite having a stellar submission attack that saw him defeat Terry Edom, Dos Anjos stunned the MMA world with his 59-second knockout of top contender George Sotiropoulos. Tonight, both will test the other's will on the feet and on the mat. Our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight, Gleison Tibau. 28 years old, Dos Anjos is 27. Reach is identical. Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Jason McCoy.
Jason McCoy, our referee. Ariani, Sean Della, our entire crew.
Are you ready?
Set for UFC 139 right now, lightweight battle. Gleison Tibau and Rafael Dos Anjos.
Dos Anjos, Mike, physically looks better than we've ever seen him. Looks in really tremendous physical shape.
Southpaw against southpaw in this matchup of Brazilians.
Dos Anjos, fighting from the southpaw position when he faces orthodox fighters, loves that inside leg kick.
Absolutely.
Let's see if he uses the switch one off the front leg to attack Gleison's lead leg.
Yeah, the true southpaw is Dos Anjos. And this may be something that Tibau worked very hard on just to try to throw off his opponent early. Checked.
Gleison's stand-up has really improved over the years, Mike.
Pushes forward there.
Big difference between what we used to see from him in the octagon, which was a very powerful jiu-jitsu fighter with, you know, a bit robotic with his stand-up technique. Much looser now, much cleaner punches.
Well, I have a note from probably many fights ago, Joe, when you and I talked about that Gleison was trying to sharpen his striking. He's way past trying to sharpen his striking. He's done so.
Well, you know, his camp, American Top Team, can't say enough about the skill level of not just the fighters that train there, but the trainers. What a great environment to train in. Amazing atmosphere. This is one of the best equipped gyms in the world, both with experts and equipment and space. It's just an amazing thing that Dan Lambert has set up down there in Coconut Creek, Florida.
Well, it's set up to make champions is what it's set up for.
Yeah, it truly is. One of the best environments to train in the world.
And Gleison has been there for many years. Pushes forward with the 1-1-2. A lot of movement around the outside right now by Dos Anjos. Looks good with his footwork.
Brilliant takedown, but look how quickly.
Two very high-level grapplers
here.
here.
Dos Anjos immediately went for the butterfly guard, but Gleison did a great job of staying on top of him. And now Dos Anjos looking to get back up to his feet, but he's got to watch his neck.
Dos Anjos coming off a tremendous win. The knockout victory over George Sotiropoulos, which was by far the biggest win of his UFC career.
Biggest, most decisive, too.
Yeah, no question. Has trained with Kru Toy from Team Sityodtong. Has done so in Singapore, as well as traveling to Brazil with Kru Toy for the Guida fight. So the Sityodtong striking background for Rafael Dos Anjos. as they go toe-to-toe.
Yeah, it's interesting, Mike. He tends to favor his right leg as far as kicking techniques when he's fighting a southpaw. Not throwing too many left leg kicks. Looking for the takedown. He's got his hands together and he gets him down.
Dos Anjos has finished 113 of his last 16 fights. That knockout of Soteropoulos was his first since 2005.
Gleison right back up to his feet. So hard to keep that guy down.
The elbow.
See what I mean, Mike? He's constantly favoring the right leg as far as kicking techniques. Whereas when he fights orthodox fighters, he generally attacks with that left. Throws a lot of left inside roundhouse kicks to the thigh. But is not attacking the lead leg at all of Gleison with his left leg. It's kind of interesting.
Pushed straight forward to Tebow, and he was able to clip Dos Anjos on the way back. Final 30 seconds of round one. Uppercut. And looking for the takedown.
Great transition between the striking and the grappling there by Dos Anjos, but Tebow saw it coming. Solid takedown defense.
Yeah, tried to set up that single with the uppercut. Final seconds of the round.
Stop! Good break. Really closely matched first round, Mike, as we good.
Você já viu o que ele tem, né?
Saw what he's got, right?
É só a mão de trás e o upper.
He's only got his uppercut and his rear hand. Just jab him twice to cut the space, and then you come in with the cross. Make him make a mistake, and when he kicks the inside, you throw a cross. Try to keep him down for a little bit. When you walk back, he's trying to put your back against the cage and taking the double leg. Just single leg him.
Aquele upper tá entrando bem.
The uppercut's coming in well.
Seconds out.
Up. Let's go.
Let's go, gentlemen.
Let's go.
You got a mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. Back up. Back up.
We gotta get out.
You ready? Ready? Fight!
Round two. Let's see if Dos Anjos tries to pick up the pace right away here in round two. That's the one thing working with Krutoy at Team Sityodtong that they always stress is you control how this fight takes place. You get there first.
Time.
And they're going to check.
Time. Go over
bit
here.
of glove,
Over
huh?
here. Over
Yeah,
there.
little
Over there.
bit of tape
Somebody
coming
bring
out.
us something. I need to cut this.
A little bit of the wrap of the hands of Gleison Tebow.
Thank you. Okay, you guys ready? Fight!
Well, let's see if Dos Anjos looks to dictate early. Tebow. When Gleison comes, he comes straight forward, Joe.
Yeah, he does. Dos Anjos is trying to move. Oh, nice right hand by Dos Anjos. Dos Anjos is trying to move left and right, give him all sorts of angles, but Gleison is just looking for his opportunity to press forward and throw bombs. But neither guy has really taken control of this fight yet, Mike. And the most significant moments, probably those two punches that Gleison landed.
Yes.
That sent Dos Anjos running back.
Lead uppercut again by Dos Anjos. And again, what you said sent him running back because of what we talked about, Gleison pushing straight forward.
Takedown defense there by Dos Anjos.
Nice use of the body shot. Two Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts, very high-level grapplers, spending most of the time in this battle on the feet.
Yeah, Dos Anjos seems to be a bit lighter on his feet, and Gleison is the power fighter here.
33 wins for Gleison Tebow at age 28, trying to avoid the takedown here. Dos Anjos really looking for it.
Yeah, solid takedown defense by Gleison. It's interesting, Mike. This is very much like when you see two wrestlers often cancel each other out with their wrestling and it turns into a kickboxing match. That's what's going on here. But again, Dos Anjos always attacking with that right leg. He is not attacking the front leg of Gleison at all, which is rare for Dos Anjos. Dos Anjos usually has a real solid leg kick attack, but I think it's probably because he's aware of Gleison's takedowns, and he doesn't want to get that left leg caught, and he feels a bit more comfortable throwing that right.
You know, as he turned the hip, it's almost like it looked like he was going to throw it there and then decided not to.
Yeah, the reason being the way Gleison stands in the southpaw stance, I think he believes that if he throws that left kick, that Gleison's going to catch it on the outside of his body, and it's going to allow him to take Dos Anjos down. Dos Anjos gets that right arm stuck under there. That's very important for him to avoid that takedown. Now he's going to try to turn Gleison, and he does. Gets him back to the cage.
Elbow on the exit, just missed.
Again, neither man is really taking control of this fight. They're essentially canceling each other out left and right. Someone's going to have to take a chance.
Yep. Dos Anjos, the 1-2. Answer. Big left hand misses. Nice.
Good left hand by Gleison.
And he's going for it. Really swinging away here.
Dos Anjos is on rubber legs.
Yep.
Oh, big left hand by Gleison.
Big shots by Gleison Tebow.
Another one.
And again Tebow with the left.
What is keeping Dos Anjos up?
Dos Anjos trying to step out of the way of trouble.
Yeah, he's barely awake, Mike.
Gleison Tebow looking to finish this fight.
He's hanging in there admirably, but Gleison has him rocked.
He got rocked, and Tebow trying to finish.
Dos Anjos bleeding out of his ear, Mike, from one of those big left hands. We were waiting for someone to take control and have some success, and that someone is Gleison Tebow.
And he did it with one big punch.
You know, and as we said, Gleison has just really improved his stand-up dramatically over the last couple years. And there it is right here. He clipped him with the, and look how cleanly he throws the right behind. And the right is the one that did the damage, and there was no wind-up in that right hand. He capitalized on the opening that he created with his big left. And man, what kept Dos Anjos up here? Because he got hammered. Over and over again, Gleison snuck these punches in.
Keep your hand up. Don't kick if you're tired. Just pay attention. Pay attention to what we're saying. You won the first round. This is time to fight. This is your time. You're going to come back with another guy. This is your time, man. Let's go. You're going to win this round, man.
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Joe, the left caught him right around the spot that Junior Dos Santos caught Cain Velasquez, right by the
middleweight prospect. Chris Weidman has had a year to remember as he went from the local fight circuit to the UFC, where he defeated Alessio Sakara and Jesse Bongfeld. Just 6-0 as a pro, Weidman will get his stiffest test to date in Tom Lawler tonight. Cursed by injuries that have left him on the sidelines for much of 2011, the Ultimate Fighter veteran Tom Lawler has been unable to capitalize on his win over Patrick Cote. But tonight, he returns, and he's eager to be the first fighter to defeat Chris Weidman.
Our tail of the tape for this middleweight fight. Tom Lawler, 28. Chris Weidman is 27. Weidman, 2 inches taller. He'll have a 4-inch reach advantage. Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Stell.
Dan Stell, our referee, assigned to this middleweight fight. Lawler and Weidman.
You ready? Let's fight.
Are set to go. Filthy Tom in the black trunks. Blue trunks for Chris Weidman, the All-American. Unbeaten in his mixed martial arts career.
The hands of Tom Lawler have really come a long way, Mike, since his time on The Ultimate Fighter, when he was competing at 205 pounds. A big 185.
Lawler, the southpaw. Good kick. Weidman looking for that takedown.
He's got it.
Four first-round finishes, 6-0 overall. Chris Weidman, who came in his UFC debut on 2 weeks' notice with a fractured rib and defeated Alessio Sakara.
In a bloody, bloody contest that was.
Tons of praise developing in all areas. But, I mean, you really have to be ready to be good in all facets of this sport when you take on a guy as well-rounded as Tom Lawler.
Yeah, what Lawler's doing here, Mike, notice his right leg. He's keeping his shin on the outside. He wants to make sure that Weidman doesn't get to his back. And now Weidman is moving into side control here. Lawler trying to get those knees in between him and Weidman. He's got to look out for his neck here. Weidman is looking for a Darce choke or perhaps a guillotine, depending on where the right arm of Lawler is. Right now, the arm of Lawler, he's got it underneath it. Lawler could be in a lot of trouble here. If Weidman hangs on to this and sinks that choke through, what we want to pay attention to is the right arm of Weidman. If we see him lop it onto his bicep, which he does, now Lawler is in all sorts of trouble.
Trying to get it right here. Trying to finish the fight.
He's in a lot of trouble here. And Weidman is squeezing in. He's using that left leg to get leverage.
Weidman looking right there. Is he out? Yep.
He's out.
It is all over.
Wow.
Submission
Look
victory
how red his face is.
by Chris Weidman.
He's still unconscious here, and slowly he will start to wake up from this.
And Chris says that's what he was talking to Dan Stell about. He said he's about to go out.
And he just woke up. Yep. He's looking around. Brilliant job.
Champion in his weight class, Joe, who finished all 13 matches in submission. So you talked about John Danaher, Renzo Gracie, Matt Serra. Nice submission.
Yeah, brilliant submission. And note I said, as soon as you looked at his right bicep, look for that hand. And when he clasped that hand on the bicep, that's when Lawler was in trouble. And that's exactly what he did. He locked a hold of the Darce choke, leveled him out, and then chose to use his leg to get extra leverage and go over the body, and just Lawler refused to tap and went unconscious. And look at there, Weidman, great guy, trying to help him wake up.
Third win in the UFC for Chris Weidman. It started with a great takedown and did not take long for him to sink in the choke and finish the fight. And here is Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Stell has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 7 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by submission, Chris Weidman.
Just over 2 minutes is all it took tonight for the All-American.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Chris Weidman. Chris, congratulations, man. That is 2 submission victories in a row, and this one was absolutely beautiful. How happy are you with your performance tonight?
Yeah, I'm real happy. Tom Lawler was the greatest guy I've gone against so far. I'm just glad it went the way it went. So, big day.
Well, let's take a look at how you wrapped up that Darce choke. You got, as soon as he got that underhook, you snuck your left arm through, attached it to your bicep, and from there you could tell that you got some serious skill at this position.
Yeah, thanks to John Danaher, Matt Serra, I'm God-given ability with long arms, and they make it work for me. So
they make it work indeed. Congratulations on a big win tonight. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Weidman.
The All-American wins by submission. Michael McDonald's talents and toughness are certainly not those of a typical 20-year-old. And tonight, he plans on rudely welcoming Alex Soto to the UFC.
UFC newcomer Alex Soto has lived a life usually only seen in the movies. A native of Tijuana, Mexico, Soto has served in the U.S. Army in Afghanistan, seen his wife successfully battle cancer, and has fought as a mixed martial artist in Japan. The next chapter for the talented bantamweight comes tonight in his Octagon debut.
In order to win the fight tonight, I gotta keep the pressure on McDonald. I'm gonna get in there, I'm gonna finish him, and I'm gonna show everybody in the UFC that I'm here to stay.
Michael McDonald is the youngest fighter in the UFC, and he may also be the top prospect in the sport today. Well-rounded and able to deliver finishes from anywhere the fight goes, Mayday has already scored 2 wins in the Octagon. And against fellow up-and-comer Alex Soto, he's determined to make it 3.
I'm gonna use my kickboxing, use my power, my timing, and my wrestling if I need it, and my submissions. But wherever we go, I'm gonna be looking for stoppages. I'm not gonna be looking to ride this out.
Our tale of the tape for this bantamweight fight. The youngest fighter in the UFC today, Michael McDonald, 7 years younger than Alex Soto, who tonight makes his UFC debut. Here is Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Josh Rosenthal.
Josh Rosenthal, our referee, the lovely Shondella Ariani. Great to be here. HP Pavilion,
Gentlemen, you ready?
San Jose,
Ready?
California. Michael McDonald and Alex Soto. Quickly, we are underway. Soto with the southpaw stance. Red and white trunks. Great trunks for Michael McDonald. Both engage early.
Soto's very hyped up, Mike. You can see it right away.
What a great story as he's worked his way to become a very good and young prospect in mixed martial arts. Born in Tijuana, Mexico. Combination very crisp from McDonald.
Soto's charging at him, Mike, with his attacks. Right hand by McDonald, perfectly timed. Soto's trying to recover. Right back up to his feet.
Soto was throwing that inside leg kick and he got rocked.
He's covering up well, but he's up rubber legs.
McDonald trying to finish it, and it is all over. Michael McDonald, just like that.
And let me tell you something, Mike, he really took that shot in the pocket. As I was saying, Soto was charging at him. Soto being very aggressive, and he left himself open to this counter. Look at this counter. Perfectly timed. And the way McDonald did it, what excellent technique. Look how he covers, ducks his head down, puts that right hand to the jaw. Soto got up from this, but he was clearly badly hurt. And here's the finish. Soto trying. That right hand took him down. He twisted on his knee behind him as well. I think he really hurt his knee there as well, Mike, in those last 2 shots. Put him unconscious. But he had his knee kind of stuck under him, and Josh Rosenthal helped him get up, and he was wincing as Josh straightened his leg out. Big win for Michael McDonald in brilliant fashion.
Just 20 years old, and Michael McDonald is 3-0 in his UFC career with the official decision. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Josh Rosenthal is called to stop to this contest at 56 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Michael Mayday McDonald.
Winner by knockout.
All right, I'm here with Michael McDonald. Michael, brilliant performance tonight. He came at you very aggressive, and you just timed it perfectly. Were you looking for that right hand when you saw him charging at you?
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite moves. I'm always looking for it, especially when someone's coming aggressively.
Well, let's take a look at him. He charged right at you, and you just had absolutely perfect placement of this right hand right on the jaw. Excellent technique. You ducked your head down. You knew he was badly hurt. You jumped all over him. Were you surprised that he got up from that?
Yeah, I was. I was trying to finish him, but he grabbed a hold of me pretty good, and he kept his composure very well. I was impressed.
Well, you finished him, though, and finished him well, and here's the end of the fight there as Josh Rosenthal rescues him from further punishment. Huge, huge victory for you. You're only 20 years old, man. Here in the UFC, almost 21, almost can drink. Crazy. Now, what's next for you, Michael?
Whatever the UFC puts in front of me, I'm in no rush. But I want to thank Baker Chiropractic, Full Force, and Modesto, and all of the people who helped me out. I love you guys all.
Congratulations on your constant improvement and your victory. Michael McDonald, ladies and gentlemen.
14-1, Mayday 3-0 in the UFC. Winner tonight by knockout.
The former Ultimate Fighter winner, Ryan Bader, saw his undefeated record get marred with losses against John Jones and Tito Ortiz. But with the heart of a true warrior, Bader jumped right back into the gym, and he's prepared to get back in the win column tonight against fellow wrestler Jason Brills.
The only thing I haven't tasted this year is a win, and I want that badly. I got that fire. I'm gonna come in here tonight, not overtrained, ready, hungry, and looking for the finish.
Winner of a Fight of the Night award for his effort against longtime contender Rogerio Nogueira. Jason Brills saw that bout put him on the world stage for the first time. Tonight, he wants to make another statement, this time by beating Ryan Bader.
I'm gonna get in his face, I'm gonna be explosive so he doesn't get those shots off on me. And when I beat him tonight, it's gonna be a crowning achievement for my career.
Our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight matchup. Ryan Bader, 28, 8 years younger than Jason Brills. 3 inches taller, Ryan Bader will have the reach advantage. Here is Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Jason McCoy.
Jason McCoy will be our referee for this light heavyweight fight. Ryan Bader and Jason Brills.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's fight.
Here we go. Red and gold trunks for Ryan Bader, black trunks for Jason Brills. Bader has serious knockout power.
In both hands, Mike.
Oftentimes when you have two outstanding wrestlers, you end up with a great stand-up battle, which is what we might just see right here, right now.
Well, that's definitely what Bader would like. Brills is a very difficult to deal with grappler. Uppercut, nice, solid uppercut there.
The one thing, and you've talked about it with Ryan in the past, is as big and strong and as hard as he punches, he was a little stiff in the past. Let's see if he's loosened it up and if his footwork looks a little bit more fluid tonight.
Well, when you really think about it, he started off as a wrestler and truly has only been a mixed martial artist for a few years.
Right.
And when, and that's the case, and you think about the limited amount of time he's actually been striking, it takes a long time to develop the type of fluidity that you see from an Anderson Silva or a real high-level striker. And right now,
he clipped him, and it is all over! Ryan Bader with that big right hand that we talked about.
Man.
Just like that.
Just like
big
that.
Big win for Ryan Bader.
Very, very nicely done. And Ryan Bader can do that to anybody if he connects. He's got that kind of power. Let's see it here. Almost a glancing shot, Mike. But so powerful that that's all it took. Really a glancing right hand by Bader, but that just goes to show you what kind of dynamite he packs. Well, there in that angle, you saw the impact a little bit better than in the other angles.
That spot behind the ear, though, it was Brock Lesnar with Randy Couture, obviously Junior Dos Santos.
Yeah, it takes away your equilibrium immediately.
And Ryan Bader gets what may be the most important win of his UFC career. Ryan Bader with the victory over Jason Brills. Let's get the official decision from Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jason McCoy has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 17 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Ryan Darth Bader.
Bader the winner tonight in San Jose.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Ryan Bader. Ryan, first of all, congratulations on your victory. A nice, clean right hand. You came out real aggressive with the hands. Was that the game plan coming in here tonight?
Yeah, I've been working a lot. Losing sucks, so I'm glad to get this win here, in front of San Jose. And I've been working hard at Power MMA and Fitness. I got Tom Vaughn here, Danny Brand, got Ray Stafford, Andre Markaba. List goes on and on. Can't thank him as much, but I just love what I'm doing and want to be here.
Well, your striking looked nice and quick tonight. Let's take a look at the finish here. You caught him with a straight right hand, right to the temple area, and boom, just immediately went down. Let's see it again here. Almost a glancing right hand with a lot of power behind it.
Yeah, I got it right here on my first knuckle, sitting that long jab up, and he's going straight back, so I caught him with that right hand.
Congratulations on the victory and back to your winning ways. Ryan Bader, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, this is Ryan Bader 2.0. He gets an A for tonight's effort. Winner by knockout. They call it the Shark Tank, and tonight we have a ton of fighters who love to attack. This is UFC 139, Shogun versus Henderson from HP Pavilion in San Jose, California.
Around the water cooler centers on the most exciting light heavyweights in the UFC. The names Stephan Bonnar and Kyle Kingsbury inevitably pop up. So when you match these two up in the octagon, take cover, because the fists will be flying.
Stephan is known for his wars. I feel I'm the same type of fighter, but not a lot of people have seen that. This is the fight that's going to put me on the map and let everybody know that this is what I'm about, and that Kyle Kingsbury is an exciting fighter.
You could expect an aggressive, fast-paced, bloody war from bell to bell. I'm bringing it, If it goes to the ground, I'm confident in my submission game. Standing up, I love to bang it out.
A resilient warrior whose resume includes bouts against 5 world champions. Stephan Bonnar finally began carving his own road to the belt in 2010 with wins over Krzysztof Soshinski and Igor Pokrayats. Tonight, Bonnar seeks his first 3-fight UFC winning streak since 2006 when he faces Kyle Kingsbury.
I'm going for fight of the night. I think that increases my chances of getting a knockout or submission as well. And Kyle's a perfect opponent to have this kind of fight with. I can't wait to get in there and give the fans a treat.
Former college football player Kyle Kingsbury may have taken his time adjusting to the UFC. But in 2011, it's safe to say that he arrived, as a 21-second knockout of Ricardo Romero was followed by a 3-round masterpiece with Fabio Maldonado that was a fight of the night winner.
Fighting in front of my home crowd here in San Jose, there's nothing more than I want to do is just give them the fight of the night. Absolute fireworks out there going toe-to-toe for 15 minutes straight with Stephan, and he's the perfect guy to do that.
Our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight fight. Bonnar, 5 years the elder of Kingsbury. Everything else is virtually identical. To get things started here in the Shark Tank, here's Bruce Buffer.
When the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Stell.
Dan Stell, our referee. Stephan Bonnar and Kyle Kingsbury. And here we go. Oh, immediately taking the center of the octagon is Bonnar in the red and black trunks. Inside leg kick from Kingsbury, who trains here at the American Kickboxing Academy in San Jose.
Yeah, Bonnar looks amped right away. But Kingsbury is controlling the center of the octagon. Nice left hook by Kingsbury. Kingsbury loves the clinch, Mike, and will throw ferocious knees from inside of it. Nice one right there. Kingsbury, as you said before, is a serious athlete who is getting really dramatically better at MMA every time we see him compete. Just coming from that amazing athletic base that he has. But, you know, he's only been training in martial arts for a few years now.
4-fight win streak 2 fight of the night performances, the most recent against Fabio Maldonado.
And it was a tough fight, the kind of fight that you really grow from, the kind of fight where you really learn a lot about yourself. Maldonado is an excellent boxer, and he caught Kingsbury with some serious shots.
Speaking of caught,
got tagged.
Bonner just caught Kingsbury.
Inside leg kick went astray.
Bonner is really...
Let's see how that one landed.
Okay?
Kingsbury's going to take a little break here. Let's see it real quick.
Here we go. Time in. Let's go.
Yep, no doubt about that one.
But they continue quickly. Bonner's really pushing the pace early. He feels rebuilt after the injuries he's battled the last few years. First fight in nearly a year tonight after the MCL tear, and he's won 2 in a row, has Stephan Bonner.
Kingsbury's nose is bloodied from that shot that Bonner landed earlier.
Bonner's got really good Muay Thai. He's good in this position right here,
And
Joe.
so is Kingsbury, Mike. These knees are nice. Again, they exchange these
like
good
the
elbows.
follow-up elbow. But Kingsbury does the same. Bonner trains in Las Vegas with one-kick Nick. Worked his Muay Thai for years. Kingsbury, of course, with those great fighters and champions at American Kickboxing. Stephan Bonner, Kyle Kingsbury. Midway point of round number 1. Right back up to the feet. And Kingsbury puts on the pressure. Good pace early by Kingsbury. Nice knee. Now Bonner's starting to tee off.
Bonner went for a takedown, didn't get it, and what a wild scramble and an excellent exchange. These guys really are setting that fight of the night pace.
Bonner switching his stance. Right hand. Kingsbury 6'4", Bonner 6'4". 2 big, tall, strong, powerful light heavyweights. And Bonner's a guy who will always get in and never shy away from making it ugly and testing his chin against his opponents. And right now he wants to test the chin of Kyle Kingsbury.
Bonner has an outstanding ground game that we very rarely see. We very rarely see him submit guys because he chooses to fight these wild blood and guts battles.
Right.
But if he takes Kingsbury to the ground, it can be very interesting.
Stephan Bonner never been finished in the UFC. He's had some cuts that have stopped fights.
Yeah, he's the only guy to go the distance with John Jones.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Side control right now for Bonner. This is where it gets interesting. As we said, Bonner, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Carlson Gracie.
Native of Chicago, just outside of Chicago, Munster, Indiana, but trained for a long time, Joe, with Miguel Torres, with Carlson Gracie and the late great in his fight team. Does his training in Jiu-Jitsu now with Sergio Pena.
And Sergio out of Las Vegas, a highly respected Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. Bonner has the full mount here.
Trying to finish this fight right here.
Kingsbury's in all sorts of trouble as he sits up. He's going to give his back.
10 seconds. Final seconds of round number 1.
Bonner's all over him here.
Bonner in a great position.
Big shots by Bonner. Hammer fist.
The end of round 1. What a start for Stephan Bonner.
You know, just as we were talking about his ground game is when he took him down. You know, Stephan Bonner, he's got a real good ground game that we rarely see. And there you see Kyle Kingsbury stumbling back here. Here, Bonner lands a nice elbow in tight. And here's the end of the round. Stephan Bonnar got the full mount, and Kingsbury gave up his back here momentarily, trying to get out of this mess, and really kind of tried to muscle his way out of the mount instead of putting his hands on the hips and stripping out and hip escaping.
This is your fight to win. We're down this one. We're going to get him. We're going to go get those next ones, all right? Get on him, man, and go get those rounds. You got it, pal. Let's go.
Very strong first round for Bonnar, especially the latter part. But keep in mind, Kyle Kingsbury has one strike knockout power. So Stephan wants to keep that controlled aggression and not put himself in jeopardy of getting caught here after he started to take the momentum away from Kingsbury late in round one. Nice combination put together with the right hand and the left kick of Kyle Kingsbury.
Head kick by Bonnar, blocked by Kingsbury.
He's changing his stance a lot tonight, is Stephan.
Yeah, you know why he's doing that, Mike? Try to land that left kick.
Yeah.
He's got his back.
Kyle moved towards the cage.
Kyle's doing a good job of separating the hands here. Keep Bonnar from suplexing him. And Bonner's letting it go and dropping down to a single instead. And he got the takedown. Nice. And again, he's got his back. Let's go with that. In half guard here on top, looking for Kimura. He has an excellent one. He's going to pin down the right arm of Kingsbury. See how he's wrapping it up with his left arm?
Yep. 7 wins by submission.
And he can get this without even switching positions. He doesn't have to get out of half guard to finish with that.
For Bonnar, the black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
He can't let Kingsbury get to full guard, but it's possible to submit a guy with this from half guard. And now he's inside control. Inside control, moving to the mounted crucifix. He's going to try to get that left arm in between his legs. Kingsbury still has his left arm to defend himself with, but you will see that Bonnar blocks the right with his head, and then he's going to put the left in between his legs. He's got the right blocked. He's going to try to get that left. He'll grab the wrist and try to shove that hand in between his 2 legs and isolate it.
Trying to get it right there.
Now you got hand position. Now you can get out of there.
But right now, he has 2 hands to defend himself with. So Kyle's done a good job of rescuing his right arm.
And that's what Crazy Bob Cook just said. Now you have hand position. Now you can get out of there.
Right, but he's got to do it intelligently. He gave up his back at the end of the first round because he tried to muscle out of it.
North-south.
And the whole crowd laughs because they're all children. Just like you and I.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Okay, now he's back to side control again, and you know, Kingsbury's in a lot of trouble. And this is one of the things that I said. Bonnar has an underrated ground game, and Kingsbury, relative newcomer to mixed martial arts, is definitely at a disadvantage with a guy like Bonnar on top of him.
I'm trying to remember the last time we really saw Stephan take a fight to the ground and showcase his ground skills as he's doing tonight.
It might have been the James Irvin fight, which was way back in 2006.
Wow, long time ago at the Hard Rock in Vegas. Bonnar in a very dominant position here.
Again, Bonnar has switched to the other side now, and he's trying to isolate the left arm of Kingsbury in between his legs. But he's got that right arm trapped. The right arm is trapped. He's got all his weight pinned down on that side, and he's struggling hard to get to that position. He may choose to switch it and go for something else here because he's having a hard time and wasting a lot of energy trying to put that left arm, or that right arm rather, in between his legs. All right, now he's got it. Nope, Kingsbury gets it back. Good job by Kingsbury.
Well, good defense by Kingsbury. The problem is it's been all Bonnar so far in this fight.
Yeah, well, you know, as we said, the ground game, the difference in the ground game is huge.
Stephan Bonnar talked about the loss of Carlson Gracie, who passed away back in 2006, and he trained him for many years and really was like a father.
Bonner's got a guillotine, Mike. He's got a guillotine, and he's looking to mount.
Looking to finish it.
If he gets his right leg free, his right leg is still caught in the half guard. And Kingsbury's really scrambling.
Half guard again, almost got the mount.
Yeah, but at least Kingsbury got free here a little bit. He can defend himself a little bit better, but he's getting eat up on the ground.
And another thing that looks great tonight, the conditioning of Stephan Bonner. His strength and conditioning and his diet is something he's really focused on the last few years.
And his left leg is basically free now. All right, now he's got it locked up again. Stephan is looking to get an arm triangle, Mike. He's looking to get an arm triangle. See how he's got it pinned down here? He's still trapped in half guard, but the most important aspect of it, he's got locked up.
Yeah.
All right, Kingsbury managed to free his arms while Stephan was trying to get out of half guard.
Yep, he's going to get beat up here at the end of the round a little bit, though.
Big round for Stephan Bonner.
Huge round for the American Psycho.
Very good.
I think his game plan is pretty clear.
Deep breath. Give me deep breath. Couple deep breaths, Stephan. Couple deep breaths. Good. Now you got him tired out. Now you got to go to work. Third round. Time to put it together, okay? Anywhere you want to put this game, it's yours. All right? Stand up, ground. You're too much horse for this guy. Okay? Fake shot. Now is a fake shot. Okay? Fake shot, jab, and start the sequence. You won out the 2 rounds you won. Look out. You started with the Pez dispenser, stick with it. You got to get under his chin.
You want this fight. Yes, we want this fight. You got to go get him.
Okay, if you want this fight, you got to stop him. Put him on his back. You smash him. Get your clinch.
The beautiful Ariani, the lovely Shondella, our entire UFC crew here at HP Pavilion, home of the San Jose Sharks. Third and final round. Let's see if Bonner looks to take it down again.
Well, Kyle Kingsbury's in a bad situation. He's got to be thinking that he's got to stop Stephan Bonner now. He's got to be thinking, if he's thinking objectively, that he probably lost both of those rounds. And Stephan Bonner's got his back here, drags him to the ground.
Wow. You want to talk about a game plan and sticking to it? We're seeing it right here from Bonner tonight.
He's shown that he can have success as soon as the fight goes to the ground. He's in total control, and he likes it. He's getting it again. Looking to mount. He's got one hook in. He's going to turn Kyle, and Kyle realizes that, flattened out, went to his back. But Bonner's on top of him again. Same position, half guard. Bonner pulls him away from the cage. The dominance that he's shown on the ground is just so complete and utter. Kingsbury is just surviving.
And this is one of those situations, Joe, and we talk about it a lot, where if it's a 50-50 fight on the feet and an 80-20 in your advantage on the ground, why not fight on the ground? And I don't know if those are the exact numbers of this
pretty close,
matchup, but probably, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would give Bonner a little bit of an advantage on the feet as well, but on the ground, he's got a huge advantage.
And he's
here,
using it.
He moved to north-south position, cleanly slipped out. Oh, he's going for a north-south choke. He's going for a north-south choke. Keep an eye on his right arm. If he can get his right arm past how Kingsbury has his left arm in play, what Bonner wants to do is get his arm past that. He's doing that right now. Kingsbury's recognizing it, but Bonner wants to keep that right arm under the back of the head. That is critical. Once he gets the left arm back into position, he wants to attach his left hand to his right hand, and he can get a north-south choke. See, he's going for it again, and he'll drop his weight down. He'll drop his weight down to try to keep Kyle Kingsbury from putting his left hand in position to defend. And he let it go now. Now he's in side control. He's going to go for a Kimura now. He's going to go for a Kimura on the right arm. He's going to pin it down. Notice he's sliding his left arm through. He's going to use his arm to hold it. Yep, he's stepping over it. Now he's definitely going for it. He's stepping over with his right leg. And that's the way he'll use to attack that arm. He's going to try to go for a mounted crucifix again.
Yeah, looking to earn his third straight UFC win and snap the 4-fight win streak of Kingsbury.
Yeah, he's going to try to stop him with the mounted crucifix. That's what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to beat him until he's helpless here. If he can just trap that right arm. But Kingsbury is doing such a good job of defending that. It's really his only defense is his right arm right now. His left arm. His right arm is trapped behind the neck. And Bonner is just slowly beating him up here. Now Bonner is again focusing on that arm. Let's see if he attacks with the Kimura. He's stepping over. Nope. He's going for that same position. You know, he's going for sort of a half-mounted crucifix. He's not even trying to trap that arm anymore. He's just trying to beat him up from that spot. That's how strong he feels his dominance is on the ground.
Well, and we've seen it for the better part of 13 and a half minutes.
Still, I would like to see him finish. I would like to see him at least make an attempt at finishing this fight.
Elbows to the body now, and good ones. All Stephan Bonner so far in this battle with just over a minute on the clock here. Smothering.
Stephan's just holding on to him here, though. He's doing a good job of controlling him, but Kingsbury's going to come out the back door if he's not careful. Bonner flattens him out.
Just complete domination on the
But now
ground.
Bonner, more importantly, has that left arm trapped. Now the left arm is in a bad situation, and he's going to go back to that north-south choke. The right arm is the key. The right arm is behind the head, and he might actually go for a guillotine instead, depending on his preference. He's going back and forth, trying to figure it out, but Kingsbury moved over to one side. He stepped onto his left hip, or rolled onto his left hip, rather. Now Bonner is attacking the arm again for a Kimura. Much better position because his head is over the legs. Now Kingsbury's in a lot of trouble if Bonner can isolate that right arm. You know, he's just in full control here, but can't do anything with it.
But he's 8 seconds away from a victory.
Yeah, still, I would like to see him try to submit.
Swinging away right to the very end.
Clear
the American
decision.
Psycho Stephan Bonner turns in a dominant performance against Kyle Kingsbury. Joe, let's take a look at our fight replay.
And there we see a takedown. And here is another takedown by Stephan Bonner. And the key to this fight was clearly the ground game of Stephan Bonner. Ground and pound, some positional attempts at getting to a good spot for a submission, but never really came close to closing it out. But really just dominated Kyle Kingsbury on the ground. Controlled him, beat him up, did everything he wanted to do except put him in a position to submit him.
Bonner and Kingsbury go the distance. And it's interesting, in the corner of Kingsbury, they're already talking about what you'll need to do differently next time as he continues to grow and develop as a mixed martial artist, surrounded by some great trainers and great fighters. Bonner and Kingsbury go the distance to start things out here tonight. And here is Bruce Buffer with our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. The judges scored this contest 30-27, 30-25, and 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, the American Psycho, Stephan Bonner.
Wow, a 30-25, that's how dominant one judge felt it was. It was the dominant victory, and here is Joe.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Stephan Bonner. Stephan, first of all, congratulations on your victory. You were apologizing afterwards, though. You're walking around saying you're sorry.
I'm not used to fans booing during my fights, you know, but it's hard to get wins in here. And I felt I had good control on the ground, so I didn't want to risk it and get knocked out or something silly.
What was the game plan coming in here, and did it change once you realized you can control him on the ground?
Yeah, I wanted to bang it out and see if I could get it to the ground and submit him, and I was able to get it to the ground. I had good control. I come from a good jiu-jitsu background. I came up with Carlson Gracie. God bless his soul. He's the original mixed martial artist. And now I got a black belt from Sergio Pena, so I'm no slouch on the ground. But I have a little confession to make. I had this big plan to get this win and then call out Koscheck. But you know what? Something about fighting makes you be honest with yourself. And the truth is, he asked me not to make those shirts, and I did anyway. So, Koscheck, I apologize. And you taught me a valuable lesson. So from now on, moving forward, Fighters got to prove the shirts and they get paid on everyone's sold. So sorry and thank you.
Good for you, brother. Congratulations. Stephen Bonner, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me just say, what's up, Munster, Indiana? Love you guys. Go Purdue, bear down Chicago. And Andrea, I still love you.
The early chapters of Martin Kampmann and Rick Story's careers have shown us that when on, they are capable of beating the best in the world. Tonight, they collide in the welterweight division. Martin Kampmann and Rick Story both know that navigating the treacherous waters at 170 pounds requires an ability to deal with the ups and downs present in every UFC fight. Tonight, one moves up and the other moves down in one of the sport's toughest divisions.
Martin Kampmann's on my list. He's in my sights right now. I'm gonna make Martin feel my power, and it's gonna cause him some pain.
Rick Story, he can eat a punch and he can dish him out too, but I'm not scared of bang with him. You know, I'm gonna stand right there and beat his ass.
After razor-thin decision defeats to Jake Shields and Diego Sanchez, the latter bout, a strong candidate for Fight of the Year honors, Martin Kampmann has decided that to truly get where he wants to go in the UFC, he's going to have to take matters into his own hands.
This time I'm here to finish the fights. You know, I'm no more judge's decision. I'm gonna stand my ground and knock him out.
Tenacious Rick Story made plenty of fans with big wins over Dustin Hazlett and Johnny Hendricks. But it was his victory against Thiago Alves that made him a contender. Tonight, he looks to bounce back from an upset loss to Charlie Brenneman by finishing respected veteran Martin Kampmann.
Martin can do whatever he wants in this fight. I'm gonna end up winning. I'm gonna put pressure, and I'm gonna just lay the biggest ass whooping on Martin tonight.
Our tale of the tape for this welterweight matchup. The Dane, 2 years the elder of the American, 2 inches taller. He will have a slight reach advantage. With the introductions, once again, Bruce Buffer.
And the action begins, our referee in charge, Josh Rosenthal.
Josh Rosenthal, the veteran, our referee for this welterweight fight. Martin Kampmann against Rick Story. And here we go. Rick Story, the southpaw.
And Story always plows forward and tries to connect with big shots. And the key to Martin is he's got to take angles and counter as Story plods forward.
And he plods forward with big shots to the body, like right there.
Yeah, that was a brutal left hook.
He is swinging for the fences early.
Kampmann's hurt. Kampmann got hit with a big shot there, Mike.
Story very, very powerful. A welterweight.
Yeah, and that is not where Kampmann wants to be. Kampmann wants to make sure that when he's up against the cage, he's not exchanging with Story, but he's trying to get out of there. Clinch up and get out of there, and in the middle of the octagon, he's a much more technical striker. He's got a great guillotine choke, though. Story is bleeding, Mike, over his right eyebrow.
Kampmann wants to take angles. He wants to be more technical. Wants to turn it into more of a, a pure Muay Thai matchup if they stay on the feet, Joe, where Rick Story loves a brawl.
Yeah, Story wants to get him up to the cage where he can't move. He can't take those angles. And that's why it's important for Kampmann to make sure that when they're up against the cage, he clinches and then gets out of there.
Cut on the right
hand by Kampmann.
Of Martin Kampmann. And again, it's Story, that big, powerful wrestler with heavy hands, looking for the body shots. Nice lead right hook.
So that's much better. Kampmann moved off there, but Story is always dangerous.
Now, the interesting thing to see is if all of a sudden, nice body. Yeah, good head movement, though, on the slip, on the counter. But it'll be interesting to see if Story tries to set up a takedown here soon, because he's come out aggressively with his strikes.
Kampmann's bleeding as well now. And you know what? Looking at both of those guys' eyebrows, they're both in the exact same spot.
Yeah.
It could have even easily been from a clash of heads.
Nice. Quick kick. And it might have been in that tight spot when Rick threw the body shot, Joe, and they were up against the octagon opposite side of our position right early in the fight.
Nonetheless, they're both battling through it. Just past the midway point here in round 1. And again, looking for the body shot is Rick Story. Story connects with the right hook. Campman just out of the range of the jab of Rick Story. Nice slip and rip by Martin Campman.
Well, we've isolated what did the damage to Campman, and it was a Rick Story left hook and then a left elbow behind it. But both guys, as we said, are bleeding over the exact same spot. This is a much better fight here for Campman this way.
Yes. Because it's a bit more technical. Yeah, keep it in the center, keep it more technical. Story with good head movement and follows it with the left hand. Rick Story just, you know what, he looks much more comfortable tonight with his striking. It's not as stiff and it seems much more effortless this evening.
Yeah, but Campman is starting to find the range, Mike, and he connected with a nice right hand there.
Yeah, make no mistake, when you look at the pedigree of the Muay Thai and the kickboxing, that check mark is on the side of Campman.
It does, but Rick Story has really surprised me several times, especially in the Thiago Alves fight. He's just a really tough, strong kid.
He got smothered, Alves did, by Rick Story.
Yeah, I mean, he's been able to do this to everybody.
Yeah.
The Dustin Hazen fight was a real eye-opener for a lot of people. Right hand on the clinch, on the break, rather. Good straight left by Story.
Story did a nice job of trying to position the body. Nice body shot.
He goes to the body so well.
Really fast-paced round number 1 here with 15 seconds remaining. You hear the corner, gentle, punch and move. That's the Martin Campman Danish style. To the body again, Rick Story.
Is that what they're saying, gentle?
And it was like kind of that pat, boom. They'll set it up, change gears a little bit.
I thought he was saying circle, punch and move, but I could be wrong.
Hey, just
I'm getting older. I have another birthday coming up. My hearing's going for
Relax and breathe.
Nice deep breath. Well, the corners aren't mic'd, you know, when they're out there yelling, it's hard to hear.
Okay, everything's gonna be speed out there, okay? We're doing everything good. But I want you to, every now and then, give me a leg kick on the inside, all right? This is right in front of you. Don't overthink this out there. Speed, find your lane.
There's the Rick Story left hand. I mean, he just swings these shots and he gets in close. And there's another left hand. There's the elbow. And that is what cut him.
Yeah.
And there's a clash of heads as well.
Hey, Ricky, doing your game plan perfect. Same thing, Ricky, same thing, okay?
Getting set for the start of round number 2. UFC 139, Shogun versus Henderson.
Gentlemen, fight.
Head kick. Almost got that knee. Campman trying to find the range here. Caught him with the counter right. Oh! He throws everything with bad intention. Not a ton of kicks.
Campman is finding the range through that right hand, Mike. That's twice he's landed it. That's the third time. And Rick Story's backing up. I think that hurt him. I think he's hurt.
And again with the right hand, Joe, just as you talked about it.
Yeah, he's finding the range, and he's throwing a picture-perfect right hand. He's not throwing it the way Story's throwing it with every ounce of his might in it, but he's landing it over and over and over again. He landed it again.
And he looked to follow up with the head kick. And that's the old, pick your opponent apart philosophy. And that's the approach that Campman has the ability to take against many opponents.
And he landed it again. Yeah, very technical in his approach. But Story is he's not unskilled technically, but he is a wild beast in there as well.
Described as a Sherman tank before, and I think that's pretty apropos.
Campman is doing a real good job of looking for that opening. Jabbing, feinting, moving in and out. And there's it again.
Story the aggressor, pushing forward. 2 right hooks connect. Missed with the big left. Stalking Campman is Rick Story.
Story's really been working that body a lot, and now he's starting to go there again here in round 2.
Yeah, this is becoming more of a technical striking match, and that's why Rick Story's getting busted up.
Low inside. Low inside. Low inside.
Again to the body.
Yeah, he's very wise with those body shots. It's a really underutilized weapon in MMA. Nick Diaz loves the body shots. He's probably one of the best at it. Nice takedown, brilliantly done. Campman is so good at those misdirection trips.
Known for his striking, but 9 of his wins have come by submission. 9 of 17 overall for Martin Campman.
His submission game is very solid. He's looking for an arm triangle. He's looking for an arm triangle on the left arm, and he's very good at that move. There he goes. He's pinned it down. He's trying to get it. He's hunting for it, Mike.
Under 90 seconds, Joe, on the clock here in the 2nd round.
He submitted Drew McFedry. He's put him to sleep with this very move. And he's looking for it again on Rick Story. Rick Story's well aware of this technique. It's one of his favorite moves as well. Campman struggling to get that left arm isolated, even while he's still locked in half guard. And it's an awkward half guard. If it was on his left leg, it would be a bit more easy to separate and get the leg free and then hop over to the other side. But most likely, if he gets his right leg free, he'll be on the wrong side, unless he gets his right leg free and moves right into the full mount. But he is trying very hard to get that. What he's trying to do, Mike, is pull Story's arm closer to his head and then isolate it with his head and his neck, which he will then pin down to the floor of the cage to hold it in place. He's fighting for it over and over again. He's going to wear Story out as he does this. See how he's doing it? Now he wants to get his head on the other side of Rick Story's arm, so that Rick Story's arm is on the left side of Martin Campman's face.
20 seconds. Now 15 on the clock here
This
in the
is
second.
Humiliating for Rick Story, though, that he keeps going for the same thing over and over and over again. Story is just kind of hanging on.
Final seconds of the round.
Knowing that all he's doing here is defending.
Impressive change of gears by Campman when he got the takedown and showcased his ground game.
Get over here. All right, Ricky. That's what I need from you, man. I need you to put pressure on him right here. Come on, Don. Help me here. Hold this. Put pressure on this.
Ricky, you lost
Pressure
that
on.
round. Okay? Now let's go back to the game plan. Start getting him on the fence. You're doing perfect. Just quit throwing 1 and 2 at a time, okay? You got to start putting them together.
With your other hand, wipe that face.
We got to trim the hand grabs as well. Right hand. We don't have scissors for that.
I'm not ready for that yet. Hands straight, come on.
And let's see here. There's a nice right hand by Martin Campman, and another one right on the chin. And there's another one, and we see him shake his hand a little bit after that. Hopefully he didn't hurt it. And here's a nice trip. Look at that. Very nicely done.
Martin the Hitman Campman. Rick the Horror Story. 3rd and final round. The corner of Story saying, let's go back to the original game plan, up against the cage, punish the body.
What a body
Vicious.
shot. Yeah, Rick Story is freaking strong, Mike. The amount of effort he puts into those punches is substantial. Campman able to use his technique, turn it around. Now he's looking to take Story down. He's got Story's left arm kind of tied up here. It's real close to his body. Story trying to shove it under there and get some space.
That wide stance, making it tough. Now it isn't wide, but it was making it difficult a moment ago for Campman to complete the takedown.
Yeah, good job by Story. Good takedown defense. Look at that. Nice. And right back up to his feet, but this time Campman's got his back. If Campman can switch to an over-under, Mike, he may just try to take the back right here. He's got one hook in. The real problem is the way he's grabbing. Right now he's got two underhooks, and he wants to make one of them an overhook.
Rick able to spin, and they meet in the center again. Body. Oh, the knee just missed. Under 3.5 remains in the fight. Getting into brawl mode again, which favored at Rick Story at least earlier in the fight.
Campman again look for a takedown.
And it's really all about pressure now for Rick Story.
Story gets the takedown here. Very briefly, Campman trying to get back up to his feet, and he does.
Yeah, able to wall walk. He wants to get off that cage, though. And back towards the center. It's almost like Campman would like to reset and get it out of brawl mode.
You see how he landed that right hand, Mike? So technical, no effort behind it whatsoever. He's going to use that same misdirection trip, and Story realizes it.
And you know what? You can see that Martin Campman did his homework with the counter wrestling. Rick Story having an extremely difficult time taking Martin the Hitman Campman down tonight.
Elbow, short elbow. Short elbow.
Campman, a longtime member of the Extreme Couture team. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt under Robert Drysdale. Just over 2 on the clock.
The only thing that's keeping Rick Story right now from getting his back taken is that whizzer. He's got to really dig hard in that whizzer. Now Martin's past it. Now Martin's got his back. If Martin wants to take his back again, he's got to switch to an over-under. Not just the double underhooks, but throw the choking arm over the shoulder, whether it's his right or his left, whichever one he likes best. Suplex.
Martin Campman is winning the battle of wrestling against Rick Story, who wrestled collegiately and was an NAIA national runner-up with 33 wins at Southern Oregon his senior year. But you hang around Extreme Couture long enough, you're going to turn into a pretty good wrestler.
Yeah, it's an excellent place to learn how to wrestle and learn wrestling defense. Again, nice trip. Story up to his feet again.
Under a minute now.
Nails him with the right hand.
Looking for the takedown. Gets it. Now can he wall walk right away again? Yeah.
Right back up.
Nicely done. Taken down twice in this round, Joe, but immediately Campman gets back to his feet.
Again, Campman putting a lot of pressure on him. He's going to take that back one more time. If he can get past that whizzer. It's only the right arm, and Story letting it go, gave up his back. He just gave up his back. He reached over. I don't know why he did that. That was a technical error by Rick Story. Campman's got the arm in.
15 seconds left in the fight.
He's looking for the choke. The only thing that's defending right now is Rick Story's arms.
Trying to get the finish by submission. Clock is going to tick away. And this fight is going to go the distance.
Nicely done by Martin Kampmann.
Absolutely.
Weathered the storm.
Yep.
Was the matador to the bull. Used some real good technical striking, some great trips, good takedown defense. All around solid performance by Martin and holding off one of the strongest up-and-coming young contenders. And there, early in the fight, Rick Story was just a beast. Elbows and punches, just attacking over and over, knees. And the second round goes to the body and to the head. But Kampmann started to find his range, started to find that real technical right hand. And you notice how when he throws it, not nearly as much effort behind it, but it lands. And here Rick Story made the big error of reaching back and grabbing the head of Martin Kampmann instead of holding on to that whizzer. And Kampmann was able to get his back. A little too late, though. Story was able to defend. He got the body triangle, though. And Story was in all sorts of trouble, but he ran out of time.
Yep. Okay. Please. All right.
More time.
It's all a learning curve.
Kampmann and Story await the judge's decision.
Good job on the instructions, Ray.
And you put it perfectly, Joe. I mean, Martin Kampmann weathered the early storm. There were some vicious body shots thrown by Rick Story early in the first round. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score this contest 29-28, Story. 30-27, Kampmann. And 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Martin Hitman Kampmann.
They are both the greatest of all time. The one, the only, the Axe Murderer, Vanderlei Silva, the Pride middleweight champion for over 5 years. The man who has entertained all of us for well over a decade with his willingness to go into battle and with a DNA that will not allow him to be in a boring fight.
Yeah, he's like 98% pit bull. he really is a wild, wild fighter, and it's one of the reasons why he's so beloved. And also because he truly, truly appreciates his fans and has a great connection with them. You know, he's a great human being on top of being a great fighter, but the style that he has is one of the most entertaining styles in all of mixed martial arts. They see Rafael Cordeiro, who's been back with him, training him and working with his Muay Thai technique, and it's really made some excellent improvements in Vanderlei's words, really tightened him up to be back with his original master, the guy who originally trained him back at Shogun. The man who was really responsible for so many fighters being trained over there, responsible for that wild, berserker Muay Thai style.
He has defeated Rampage twice, Henderson, Sakuraba 3 times, Arona, Yoshida, Fujita. He's fought against heavyweight standouts Mirko Krokop. He owns so many great wins. He was unbeaten at one point, Joe, in 18 fights from 2000 to 2004. He is the Axe Murderer. Born in Curitiba, Brazil, Vanderlei Silva. Tons of energy in the building right now.
as we are set for our co-main event of the evening, Kung Lee and Vanderlei Silva. Our tale of the tape for this middleweight matchup, the Brazilian, 35, Kung Lee. Born in Saigon, Vietnam, 39 years old. Vanderlei will have a 4-inch reach advantage with the introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record, 7 wins with 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of San Jose, California, he is the former Strikeforce middleweight champion, Kung Lee! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a Muay Thai kickboxer holding a professional record, 33 wins, 11 losses, 1 draw, 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Curitiba, Brazil, ladies and gentlemen, he is the former Prime middleweight champion, the ex-murderer, Vanderlei Silva! And with the action begins, the referee in charge, Dan Stell.
Listen up, gentlemen. Listen to obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
Silva, Lee. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
Let's fight.
Here we go.
For Vanderlei Silva, the key to this fight is he must close the distance and get past these things, these kicks, these straight kicks that you so very rarely see in MMA. The problem is, when he's on the outside like this, Kung Lee is the only one that can attack. Vanderlei has no weapons out here. Kung has many. But if Vanderlei gets close, he can rough him up in the Muay Thai clinch and land some brutal punches.
White and black trunks for Vanderlei. Red and yellow for the southpaw Kung Lee.
This is something you very rarely see, a tentative Vanderlei Silva.
I might have caught him with a bit of a right hand there, Joe.
He might have. Kung stumbled back.
Yep. Well, he's wisely doing exactly what you said. He's trying to keep a lot of distance to avoid the kicks and then pick his spot to come inside and try to work his own striking game.
Yeah, he has to let Kung Lee be sloppy. He has to let Kung make a mistake and then uncork with speed.
I mean, the way that Kung throws his kicks, it's almost like he almost, nice spinning back fist.
He wobbled him. He wobbled Vanderlei there.
He kind of doubles almost his reach advantage because he keeps his opponent on the outside, but he can still do a ton of damage with these crazy kicks.
Yeah.
And explosive takedowns, as you mentioned as well, if the fight goes that way. Vanderlei swings, ducked under by Lee on the counter. Head kick.
And even when he blocks those hurt.
Oh, he got him.
Huge spinning back fist.
Yep. Nailed him with that spinning back fist.
Went for a wheel kick.
Spun and missed that time, but that second spinning back
How many
fist.
guys throw wheel kicks when the guy's hurt, you know?
One.
He threw another one, he hurt him.
One of the most creative and entertaining attacks.
And there's that 360 spinning back kick.
Of any mixed martial artist owned by Kung Lee.
When Kung has his right leg forward, he will kick with the right leg, but step with the left first. And it's a devastating technique. A 360-degree spinning back kick.
Inside leg kick a moment ago by Vanderlei. Really got rocked with that second spinning back fist. And let's see if he turns the hip Kung and goes for it again.
And there's a side kick. He steps in with that side kick. Such an underutilized weapon. John Jones uses it a lot. He'll throw it to the thigh of his opponent.
You almost wonder if even training with Henderson, if Henderson could do all this crazy stuff to truly get you prepared to fight Kung Lee.
Henderson can do it all. He can do it, no doubt. He might be able to do it better than Kung.
He does it pretty well, doesn't he?
He's the best ever.
He's had a little success. Vanderlei would love to counter.
Nice kick to the body by
especially
Kung.
when it gets close.
Kung is very comfortable here, Mike.
Fighting here at home in San Jose.
And it's been a long time since Kung has fought at all. Oh, look, that was a 360 wheel kick.
Right into the chest of Vanderlei.
Kung is bleeding, Mike.
And a little blood over the right eye of Kung Lee. So Vandy might have caught him on that counter. Or maybe earlier with the right hand. Now Vanderlei closing the distance.
That right eye is troubling him. Nice side kick. Look how he keeps him pulling away with that side kick. That's one of the reasons why it's so underutilized. So good in that regard.
Again, he tried to follow up with a spin. But Vanderlei's starting to get inside a little bit.
Vanderlei kicks. Again.
Well, Vanderlei knows.
He goes high.
Yeah, Vanderlei knows he's got him hurt, Joe. He's got his attention with that cut on the eye of Lee. And he's starting to close that gap, which is what you said was so important for him early. Closing the distance is the axe murderer.
Vanderlei's connected.
Pushing forward. 10 seconds on the clock here in round one.
And another factor in this fight may be Vanderlei's endurance, Mike. Vanderlei's ability to push this pace, and if we see Kung Lee start to slow down, Vanderlei will gain confidence.
They are on their feet here in San Jose.
Aggressive, that's why you take it down. You gotta move. Don't become. Keep picking at him.
This is Sancho. Okay? Just can't stay in front of him. What did we talk about? What did we talk about?
Can't stay in front of him.
Stand in front of him. So what did you do? You got in trouble when you did what?
Keep that eye close. Keep that eye close. Pick it at him.
Not stay in front of him.
Let's see where Kung Lee got cut.
Don't follow him.
And that's what it was, a straight right hand.
Right in the lid here.
And here's the spinning back fist of Kung Lee.
Huh? No.
Caught him right on the jaw with that and wobbled him. And there Vanderlei goes up high. Took Kung Lee by surprise there.
Back.
The longer this fight goes, the better it is for Vanderlei Silva, in my opinion.
And Joe, the corner of Kung Lee said, when did you get in trouble? You got in trouble when you stood in front of him. A little bit of a slip. Vanderlei's cardio, and we've seen it on the many great countdown shows, is absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, again, Kung throws that front leg side kick.
So far living up to expectations, this fight between Kung Lee and Vanderlei Silva. Saw it coming.
He threw that one with the left, which he doesn't do as well as with his right.
And that's why Vanderlei was able to avoid and get out of the way.
Vanderlei with a nice round kick. Oh!
Big right hand.
Nice kick to the body by Kung. Axe kick.
Against the axe murderer. About 90 seconds into the second round. Everyone on the edge of their seats. Kung Lee, Vanderlei Silva. And he's got the range down now, doesn't he? He's staying out of the way. He's getting in, he's able to attack.
Nice body kick.
They love him here in San Jose.
There's the wheel kick, but Vanderlei saw it coming and put his knee up and blocked it. Nice spinning back fist there.
Everything's not coming quite as quickly as it did in round one.
Yeah, he's lost some pep.
No question.
You know, it's been a long time since he's fought.
For sure.
And then on top of that, it's a big thing. You're fighting in the octagon for the first time.
I mean, here's a guy who's had success his entire life saying that he really feels like he earned his black belt at MMA by being able to fight in the UFC.
He caught him again with a right hook.
Vanderlei back with Rafael Cordero, as you mentioned. You know, you want to talk about shoot the box. I mean, that's one of the guys who helped to make that gym one of the most famous in the entire world, the entire MMA planet.
Yeah, no question. When Vanderlei was in Pride, I mean, that style that he had embodied shoot the box. Him and Shogun. Nice inside leg kick by Kung. He's looking for that. He's looking to see how Vanderlei blocks it and see what he can throw differently.
Vanderlei with a right.
Vanderlei should start to pressure Kung, because I believe Kung is slowing down.
And there you see it, because exactly
he
on
lets him
cue.
stand right in front of him.
And that's what his corner warned him about after the first round. Vanderlei closes that distance. It's hard for Kung Lee to use all those spinning techniques and have success.
And it puts pressure on Kung and it makes him work.
115.
There's that side kick, a hopping side kick this time.
70 seconds left in the round.
Kung is most certainly pacing himself.
Vanderlei goes for the head kick. Combination
for a
with the knee.
And a head kick.
Oh, big right hand! Big right hand by Vanderlei Silva.
Vanderlei's got a guillotine here. Here's a knee. There's another one. These are powerful knees. Oh, ferocious
Looking to finish it right here. Vanderlei Silva looking to finish this fight.
He's in big trouble, Mike. Big, big trouble.
Big deep breath. Again.
No.
It is all over.
That's a bad stoppage.
Vanderlei Silva has defeated Kung Lee.
You know what? Vanderlei had him hurt, but Kung Lee was going for the takedown there. I really disagree with that stoppage. Kung Lee was most certainly hurt, but
some vicious knees with that Muay Thai attack.
And here we see Vanderlei swarming him. This is just vintage Vanderlei Silva. The head kick, and there's a nice right hand that hurt him. He jumps on him. And here's the knees, big knees by Vanderlei. Look how he gets the body into those knees. Huge knees. And here's the end. The referee had a close look on him. Kung's fighting back here, though. Kung takes a deep breath. Vanderlei catches him with a jab. And there's another knee. But see here, Kung is holding on to the single, and Vanderlei throws some hammer fist, but, you know, either way, an excellent performance from Vanderlei, a huge victory for him.
The Axe Murderer, victorious here tonight. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Snell has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 49 seconds of the second round. Declaring the winner by knockout, the Axe Murderer, Vanderlei Silva!
Vintage Vanderlei here tonight.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Vanderlei Silva. First of all, Vanderlei, congratulations. Congratulations. This must feel fantastic for you.
Man, it's an amazing moment for me. Just God and I know what has happened in my life in the last years. And this is at least, everybody has a tough moment in their life, but we never give up. We can. Everybody we just work hard because we can.
And this is a great victory for you, not just because it's a great opponent, but because you overcame adversity in that first round. Tell me, what were you thinking in the first round when you got caught?
Yeah, man, it hit me hard. I had a move in my head, you know. I thinking all about things. But that's victory for my God, my Lord, Jesus Christ. He's the honor, He's the boss, He's the man, Jesus Christ. He with me all the time. Thanks, God.
Let's take a look at the end of the fight, Vanderlei, and this is vintage Vanderlei Silva here. Take a look at your handiwork here, sir.
Yeah, man, he's a real tough guy. Kicked me hard, giving me a tough points, two tough hits. After I hit him, I feel in that moment is the finish. Like, Cordero giving this technique a lot for me. Thanks so much from all fans around the world and believe in me. Thank you, guys. Who want to talk to me at One FC? Thanks so much, guys.
Congratulations on an awesome performance. Vanderlei Silva, ladies and gentlemen.
Vanderlei Silva, the winner tonight by knockout. Vicious Muay Thai. Outstanding utilization of the knees, and he earns a huge win here in San Jose. How many times Joe and I are asked, what is the greatest fight in UFC history? The answer might just be Dan Henderson and Mauricio Shogun Rua, the executive producers of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Are Frank Fertitta III, Lorenzo Fertitta, and UFC President Dana White. Our supervising producer is Craig Borsari. Tonight's show, produced by Bruce Cano, directed by Anthony Pasquale Giordano. What a night of fights, top to bottom. From Campman and Story, to Faber and Bowles, to men fighting for titles, fighting former champions, fighting for their careers, and fighting for the fans here in San Jose. Uriah Faber, Dominic Cruz, they're gonna go again for the title. One more time at 135. Kung Lee fighting here at home against the legendary Axe Murderer. Crazy kick, spinning back fist, but in the end, Vanderlei shows there's still a lot of fight left in this legendary product of the Shootbox Academy. Silva the winner, setting up our main event of the evening, a 5-round non-title fight between two of the greatest of all time who just put on one of the greatest shows in mixed martial arts history. Dan Henderson, the winner tonight. For my partner Joe Rogan, Mike Goldberg saying so long until next time. We see you right back here inside the Octagon.